Hi my lovely viewers, welcome again to the Iraqmaids channel. This is another episode on facts in Saudi Arabia. Today I want to talk about Kemboi, the term Kemboi. If this is the first time you are hearing this term Kemboi, I want to take you to the origin of this term Kemboi, where it came from. Kemboi, this is a male identification name from the Kalenjin community in Kenya, East Africa, where it's known to be home of champions in athletics. So Kemboi, that is the origin of Kemboi, somebody who can run fast. So when housemaids who work in Saudi Arabia or Gulf countries, when life becomes miserable in their places of work, they decide to run fast away from their employers. That is how they ended up calling themselves Kembois. So if you hear somebody called a Kemboi, this is somebody who has run away from the employer. Maybe this person survived the death, maybe wanted to be raped and decided to run away. Some are even dropped by their employers and dropped to a unknown destination. They end up becoming Kemboi. Some can become Kemboi at will. They will just connect with other friends who are outside, who will convince them to Kemboi, telling them there's a lot of money outside, and they end up running away from their employers. So there are many reasons that makes people to become Kemboi. But when you become a Kemboi, what happens? Personally, I'm not a Kemboi. I've worked in this house for 2 years. I have 1 week to leave this country, but I have friends who found themselves becoming Kembois, and they share with me a lot. Number one, when you are a Kemboi, I want you to know that you have to pay rent. Nobody's going to give you free accommodation. There's let me say a landlady or a landlord called Dalala. This Dalala accommodates Kembois, but now Kembois become their tenants. So you need to look for work so that you can pay rent. That is what you need to know. And then it's not easy to secure a job, because when you run away from your employer, you have no paper, because the passport, it was confiscated from you the first day. So you live in that house without passport, no paper. So if you run away from your employer, you become an illegal immigrant. So you don't have any rights. Illegal immigrant, you can't go to the hospital when you are sick, because everything here is digitalized. So if you don't have that ID called Iqama that will identify you when you are sick, nobody's going to take care of your health. So that is what you need to know first. So when you Kemboi, maybe at will, I want you to know that you have set your mind that you are not going to become sick, because you will not be taken to any hospital without that Iqama. And then getting a job is not easy. Sometimes if you get a job as a Kemboi, there are some employers who can't pay you because they know you don't have papers, and you will take them nowhere because you have no place that you are going to report them. Keep that in mind. Sometimes you can work for them and they will not pay you. So that is a disadvantage. For this person who is called Dalala, when you reach to their house, you don't seem to be somebody who is active. You don't want to work. You you have to do anything, even if it's prostitution, for you to pay rent where you've been accommodated. Nobody's going to give you food. That is the reason you find that people find themselves doing prostitution, not at will, but because the circumstances force them to do so. Because you don't have any ID, you don't have any paper, nobody's going to give you food. You decided to run away, maybe, or you were chased away, but now you are suffering the hands of your fellow maybe Africans. But if you don't have means, you have to use your body to get food. And then, by bad luck, sometimes if you are caught, you can be taken to jail and serve 5 years. If you had a bad boss, maybe had reported you that you stole from them, you will be jailed. Another option, you will be deported back to your country. But before you get deported, you have to suffer at the deportation center, maybe 5 months, 4 to 5 months, sleeping on the floor. Maybe you end up becoming sick in that deportation center. So before you Kemboi, if you don't have any big problem that will make you Kemboi, you better stay where you are working for your safety. Because if you stay in that house, you are safe. If nobody is harassing you sexually, maybe abusing you, beating you, if it is too much work, you can adjust yourself and change the attitude instead of becoming a Kemboi, because life is not easy outside. My friend is just regretting because now she has seen that we have already completed the contract and we are going back home, but she has suffered outside. She cries to me like every day. Things are not working for her. So you need to buy food as a Kemboi. Nobody's going to give you food. And food, you know very well that is very expensive compared to when you are staying at your boss's place. You can eat. Even if they give you little, at least you can eat. But a Kemboi, you need to dig deeper into your pocket to get something to eat. It is not easy. You can't send money to your loved ones if you are a Kemboi, and you need to get somebody who has an ikama or who has strong connections that will help you send money home. So you might be having money and you will lack the means of sending them because you don't have any papers that will allow you make any transaction. This country is very strict. The rules are very strict. If you follow them, you can finish your contract and go back to your country. But if it happens that you have become a Kemboi, life is not easy. Life is miserable. People might not tell you the truth. They will tell you, you know what? Yeah, we are paid a lot of money. A lot of money, you need to pay rent. Don't forget. But at your boss's place, you don't pay rent. And then who is going to give you that job? Because now it has become very strict that any employer who will employ a Kemboi will be fined 1 million reals. Who is going to put their financial stability at risk to employ you? The only option you have is maybe prostitution. So let's pray for our sisters who have found themselves being Kembois, maybe not at will. Let's pray for them so that God can intervene for them. Life is not easy. My friend has cried, but nobody's going to help her. She can't travel back. She doesn't have any papers, no passport. You will end up wandering in this desert, and you even become mad. People have died simply because they did not have somebody to help them. In case you get this message and you wanted to Kemboi, put all this I've told you into consideration. For more inside facts about Saudi Arabia, only in this channel from a housemaid and a mom, click that subscription button, subscribe to this channel, share this video so that we can help our sister. See you next time. Bye.